friends, it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the Save the Crafty YouTuber video hop. Today I'm going to be using this set from Neat and Tangled called Into the Woods, as well as the Creekside 6x6 from One Canoe 2. And I'll talk more about the hop in a minute, but first we're going to dive straight into our coloring. I've stamped my images on some Copic friendly cardstock with Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm beginning to color with some warm grays. I'm using W5, W7, and W9. And I prefer to color darkest to lightest, so I'm beginning with that W9 and laying in shadows down the left side of his body. And then I'll come in with the W7 and begin to blend that out, leaving some area for the W5 as my highlight. And I'm just making sure to overlap the very edge of the previous color so that I have a nice smooth transition. So if you've been hopping along in order, you've probably heard the info quite a few times, so I'm just going to go over the basics. The reason for the hop is to help out the crafty YouTubers who are affected by YouTube's recent changes, so they either do not have enough subscribers or views to be able to monetize their videos. I personally am not affected by these changes, but I definitely wanted to lend my support. So you're going to see lots of people involved today that you already know and follow and love, and you're going to be able to find some new people to follow as well. So you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment at every video you watch to be entered to win one of over 120 prizes. But back to the coloring, I used E50, E51, E53, and E55 from my mouse, and then added a little R20 to their ears and cheeks to give them a nice rosy glow. For my mushrooms, I went back to my warm grays. I used W00, W1, and W3, which were the same grays that I used on the white parts of my badger. And then for the mushroom caps, I used Y000, Y11, and Y13. And I am really speeding through this today to keep the video short since this is quite a long hop, but I have an entire Copic playlist. If you're interested in learning more about Copic coloring, you can come back and watch that later. I used R24, R29, and R39 for my apple, and then YG05, YG07, and YG09 for my leaf. To add a little extra detail, I'm taking both a black and white Sakura Jelly Roll pen. I'm using the black to go over the eyes of the critters to make them nice and bright and shiny. And I use the white to add a shine mark to the apple and to go over the spots on the mushrooms. I trimmed out a focal panel with the Mama Elephant Pika framed on some Bristol Smooth cardstock, and to save time I did already stamp my sentiment. And I'm going to wet that with some clean clear water and begin to drop in color with my Zig Clean Color Real brush markers. I'm scribbling the color on an acrylic block to pick it up, and I did go ahead and put the names of each color that I used at the top of the screen. I did want this to be nice and subtle, so as soon as I'm happy with it, I'm going to set this aside to dry and continue on with the rest of our card. While I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside with some Lawn Fawn dough ink. I always like to finish off the inside of my cards. I just think it adds a nice polish to the overall appearance. And then I'm going to take my pattern papers that I have trimmed down. I'm going to adhere this tan gingham print flat to the card base to fill the entire card front. And that is a standard A2 size card, so it is 4 1/4 wide by 5 1/2 inches tall. Then I'm going to take this plaid and I'm going to add it right down the left-hand side, and then I will grab this wood grain print, or this wood slice print I should say, and I'm going to add that right over top. My focal panel is dry. It didn't take too long, so now I can begin to add my images, and I'm using some Tombow Mono liquid glue. I like this glue because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room before everything is adhered securely, so you can slide things around and adjust as needed. So I'm just adding my badger to the left side, and then I'm going to add the mushrooms and the little mouse over on the right. I'm going to give the badger the apple to hold, and then I'll just add the little leaf for a little pop of color over on the right. I put some Scotch 3M foam tape on the back of my focal panel, and I'll just line that up in the center and press that down. And as a final embellishment, I'm going to add 3 sparkling clear sequins from Pretty Pink Posh. And that is going to complete our card for today. There's another peek at the inside. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I invite you to subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. The prizes up for grabs on my channel are a $25 gift certificate to Simon Says Stamp and 2 Catherine Pooler inks if you are within the United States. The next person on the hop is Melissa, and you can find the link to her channel in the description box below. I hope you all have an amazing day. Bye-bye.